In today's video, I'm going to share how you can get started with Trade Republic. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is SN. I'm a researcher, and on this channel we discuss business and personal finance in German. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can get started with Trade Republic. The first thing you need to do is sign up using the link in the description. Usually there's some sort of promotion running, so if there is something, I'll put that in the description below. After registering with Trade Republic, you will need to verify your identity. The verification process is quite simple. All you have to do is download a web app and using your ID documents, verify your identity. After your identity has been verified, you'll have access to the Trade Republic platform. The first thing that you should do is add some funds to the account. Even before adding the funds to the account, this is how the app is going to look like. On the top hand side is the profile section. Here you'll have your name, your IBAN number, and the BIC. Now this is the account details where you should send the money if you want to add funds to the Trade Republic account. Below that you have all of your activities. For example, this month I ran a savings plan with the S&P 500 ETF. Last month again similar things. In July there was a quarterly report. All of the activities with Trade Republic will be put in the activity section. Then you have the settings where you can put your personal data, change your preferences, and add the tax details. For example, in the tax section you can manage your exemption order. You can set up a maximum of 1,000 euros in 2023 if you're single, and 2,000 euros for partnered couples. But unfortunately Trade Republic does not have this option, so you can only set up 1,000 euros as an exemption order. On the main screen you have your total portfolio. This includes the invested amount as well as any profits that you have accumulated. So you can see the daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and the maximum portfolio details by simply clicking the button. And if you want to know the details of any specific day, simply hold and scroll through the graph to see the specific details like this. So when you scroll down, you'll have some details about the new app, discover bonds, any of the updates that are from Trade Republic at that moment. Below that we have all of our investments. When you start using this Trade Republic account, you'll have no investments. So if you scroll down, then we have our orders and insights. Here we can set up our savings plan, have a look at the analytics, and add any additional orders. Below that we have two main buttons. The first one is invest and the second one is transfer. So when you click the transfer button, you have two options of either adding funds or sending funds back to your main account. Now when you sign up with Trade Republic, they'll ask you for a reference account. This is your savings account or your current account from where you're going to send your money into Trade Republic. So from your reference account into the Trade Republic securities account, and once you have funds in the securities account, then you can buy stocks, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies with Trade Republic. So if you don't have any funds, simply click on add. Here you have three options available. You can add funds using credit card, Google Pay, and bank transfer. When you select bank transfer, this will show you which bank account you should send the money into. So the name should be what is provided here, the IBAN number and the BIC. With Google Pay, if you have set up a Google Pay account, you can use those settings, and similarly with the credit card. Now if you go back and select the send option, here you can send the money from your Trade Republic account back to your main current account or your reference account. So at the moment you can see I have 14 euros available. I can send 14 euros or a smaller amount and simply click next, and it will be sent back to my reference account. Back to the other option of invest. When we click it, we have multiple options. For example, the top movers of that specific day, the best performers, the worst performers. If you are interested in those details, you can also scroll the options here. Then we have the trending in Germany. So as you can see, 10% loss, 1% profit. Uranium Energy is down 3%. Amazon is plus 0.5%. You can scroll to the right to see the top 10 trending stocks in Germany. In the trending topics, you can select from many bundles. For example, decarbonization, global water, cybersecurity, mobility. So these sections have specific companies that are either working in or are a part of those specific titles. For example, in semiconductors, you can see that there is AMD, Analog Devices, ASML, and many others that are involved in semiconductors. They are not necessarily semiconductor companies, but they do have some sort of business related to semiconductors. Similarly, you can select any of these options available if you are interested in a specific sector. Again, if you're interested in AI and robotics, you can have a look that Alphabet, Amazon, Baidu, DocuSign, IBM, and many others are involved in AI and robotics. After the trending topics, we have individual stocks. Here we can see all of the stocks that are available in Trade Republic. There is a huge list. You can scroll down and see each and every stock that is available in Trade Republic. Obviously, Trade Republic doesn't have every single stock in the world, but they do have a huge catalog of stocks where you can invest in. So if you scroll to the right, you get to the ETF option. Again, here you can sort with the help of the drop down menu and select a specific industry based on a region, based on a specific index, and based on an issuer. To the right again, here we'll have bonds. I won't touch bonds or derivatives in this video, but just wanted to let you know that they do have options of bonds and derivatives. If you scroll again to the right, Trade Republic also has the option of cryptocurrencies. They do have a decent amount of cryptocurrencies, but obviously they don't have every single one. But if you want to passively invest in cryptocurrencies, you can select one of the bigger ones. So let me show you how you can select a stock, how to buy it, and see the details. So let's go back and select Apple. Now here we can see the performance of Apple in the past day, week, month, and the past year. You can also see the performance of the past 5 or 6 years. When you scroll down, you'll get the details in the about section. Then we have the share price, company value, price to earning, earnings per share. Scrolling to the right, we have the day option, the day high, the day low, the 52-week high and the 52-week low. Again, the opening, closing, bid and ask, and the legal name, ISIN and WKN number along with the ticker. After that, we have the news option. So if you want to read up on the latest news on a specific stock, in our example, we have the Apple stock. So we can simply click on the news and load the page and get the latest idea about that specific stock. After that, we have the people who also own section. Here we see other people within Trade Republic who have owned Apple and what other stocks they are also interested in. Next, we have what analysts say. So this is what the analysts predict. So if you see here in the rating section, we see how many analysts are saying that you should buy Apple, how many are saying you should hold Apple, and how many are saying you should sell Apple. And based on their price target, you can see that at the moment 188 euros is the target price and the current price is 164 euros. Below that, we have dividend yield in terms of percentage and in terms of per share. So if you want more details, you can simply click on that specific year and then you'll get the information of that year. Similarly for price per share. After that, we have the event section. Here we can see all of the details. For example, on 25th October, there's going to be the financial release. On January 31st, there's going to be another financial release, and on March 8th, there's going to be an annual general meeting. Below that, we have other financial details. When you click the financial, you have the income statement. So for the year 2020, 21, 19, and all the way back to 2011. So you can see the revenue, year-on-year growth, EBITDA, and net income. You can select for individual years and the statistics or the data will change for that specific year. Below that, we have derivatives. As I said earlier, I won't go into derivatives, but you still have an option to see how many people are long and how many people are short. Let's buy some of Apple stock. So you have two options here. One is save and one is buy. Let's start with buy. After clicking buy, we have multiple options on the bottom left hand side. When you select amount, you have amount, shares, limit, stop, and savings plan. The amount is buy any euro amount at the current market price. With shares is buy any number of shares at the current market price. With limit order, buy shares when the price of the share reaches a certain set point. And stop is buy shares after the price reaches a certain set point. And then we have the option of savings plan. What these mean is simply when you select the amount option, you can buy for a specific amount. For example, we have 10 euros in our account, and at 10 euros we can buy 0.0060 shares. So we will be buying a fractional share. When we select shares, we can only buy whole numbers. So if we select 1, this will cost us 160 euros. Obviously this account doesn't have this much money, so it is asking us to add 140 euros. When we select limit order, we will only buy when the price reaches a specific amount. For example, if we say buy Apple stock when it reaches 150 euros, we select next, and then we have an option of how many stocks should we buy when this stock reaches 150 euros. So we can say how many stocks. I don't have that much money, so let's go back and set it to, let's say, 1 euro. Now I have set up buy only when the Apple stock is reaching 1 euro, and here I can set how many stocks I should buy when this stock reaches that specific value. After that, we have the option of keep this order open for 1 day or 1 year. We only have these two options, so you can set up 1 whole year and wait till the stock price reaches this. Obviously I've set up an almost impossible amount, but let's say if you want to buy Apple stock and at 150 euros, this is a more likely event. If you think that the Apple stock is going to go down, you can set it up for a year or a day, and depending on when the price is reached, it will execute. If the price is not reached within that specific time frame, for example, if the price was set to 150 euros and it did not reach in 1 day or 1 year, this order will be automatically deleted. Then we have the savings plan. In the savings plan, we can automatically buy our stocks or ETFs at a set time frame. For example, again, let's look at Apple. We want to buy 10 euros of Apple stock. Then we have an option of, do we want to buy it weekly, twice a month, monthly, or every 3 weeks? Let's say weekly. Then it's going to ask us, should you start buying from the beginning of the month or the middle of the month? So the nearest option is the middle of the month. So I'm going to select that. And here I have the overview. The payment option, how should Trade Republic select the funds? Here you have the payment option, the order type, the asset, frequency, starting date, amount, and the fee. Within Trade Republic, there is no cost for buying savings plans. So these are automatically going to run and there's going to be no fees. But if you are going to buy a specific stock at a specific value, or let's say if you want to buy a specific amount, then we are always going to have 1 euros per order. So it does not matter if you're buying a stock or selling it, you're always going to have 1 euro fees. Let's have a look at the different ETF options. So one of my favorite ETFs is the S&P 500 ETF. So I'm going to search for it using the search option. So when I search for the S&P 500, I get multiple options. I have the core S&P 500 USD ACC, S&P 500 EUR ACC, and S&P 500 Information Technology Sector. The first two are the S&P 500 from different kinds of providers. The first one is from iShares and the second one is from Amundi. And also when you see ACC, it's going to be accumulating ETF, and if you see DIST, it's going to be distributing. So the difference between these two is the accumulating ETFs always accumulate the dividend on itself. So if there is a dividend from a specific company, the dividend is self-invested automatically. But if there is a distributing ETF, this ETF is going to pay you any dividends that the company or the ETF is paying you out. So let's go look into the iShares S&P 500 accumulating ETF. You have the option of daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and the maximum performance. If we scroll down, you'll get the details about the ETF. This ETF represents 500 of the biggest companies listed in the New York Stock Exchange. Once you scroll down, you'll see the share price, the fund size, index, and holdings. So the share price is how much this share is going to cost you, or how much this ETF is going to cost you. Then the fund size, this is the total amount of money which is invested. So in this fund, there is 53.43 billion euros already invested. The index is S&P 500, as it is tracking the S&P 500. And then the holdings is the number of companies, so 509 companies. Then if we scroll to the right, we have again the day high, day low, 52-week high, 52-week low. Then the open, close, ask, bid, and the legal name, ISIN, WKN, and the tracker. The ISIN and the WKN number are really important if you want to know if this ETF is the specific one that you want to buy. Then after that, we have the issuer, the annual cost, and again, use of earnings. So the issuer is iShares, the annual cost is 0.07%, and the ETF is accumulating, as I've already mentioned what accumulating ETF is. So this 0.7% is the annual cost. even though ETFs are passively managed, there are still going to be some costs associated with it. So this is the 0.07% cost which will be present when you buy this ETF. This cost is going to be automatically cut from your ETF, so you don't have to worry about getting a bill every month, quarterly or yearly. So you don't have to worry about it. So once you scroll down, you can see the companies or the stocks that are within this ETF. You can see the industry and the countries. So based on the ETF, you can see all of the details in what's in the fund. For example, the biggest holding is Apple with 6.95%, Microsoft with 6.46%, and many others with their relative percentage along with their name. So once you scroll down, again, you have the option of buy and save. In the save, you can set up the savings plan automatically. We're going to again follow the $10, select a monthly ETF starting at the beginning, and then we have the overview. So if you want to set up the savings plan, simply click on save, and here you'll have set up your savings plan. If you're liking this video so far, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. If you have any questions, no question is a stupid question, so please don't hesitate to ask it in the comments below. And if you want to edit your savings plan, either it is an ETF or a simple stock, then you can simply click on that and edit the details that you want. For example, you can change the frequency, you can change the amount, or you can even delete the whole savings plan. And if you forget where the savings plan is listed, simply scroll down, and here in the savings section, you can select that and edit or delete your savings plan. Next to the savings plan is the analytics option. Here we have the total breakdown of the assets that we have in our Trade Republic portfolio. Similar to ETFs and stocks, you can buy or invest in cryptocurrencies. The option is the same. You can simply select the buy option or select the save option and set up a savings plan with your favorite cryptocurrency in Trade Republic. Trade Republic isn't the only free broker out there. In this video, I share details on Scalable Capital, which is again a free broker within Germany. So thanks for watching. Bleib gesund and I'll see you in this video.